something new comes my way. Wait, hold on. Wait here, let me turn that off for a bit. Let me check these out first. Hang on. Oh wait, hold on. Wonder which color I want. I'll track it here. Oh, perfect. Sorry guys, I couldn't fit um any further words in that poll question. Uh, I wanted to include on the screen of my brand new iPhone XR cell phone, but anyways, here I'm gonna hold on. I wonder why my phone is offset. I need a new phone case. Wait, here, hey, we got a viewer. Hello, come in and join me for a while. Um, hold on. Wait, hold on. I want to see all messages. Oh, much better. All right. If there's any viewers who want to send out any messages, please go ahead and do so. Good. Now, it's about Jul and Julia. You know the two cute and adorable little mice mascots of the children's theme park known as Kinderpretpark Julianatoren. Um, well, guess what? Well, you know what they've been doing like every single day at that one children's theme park located in Apeldoorn, the Netherlands. Well, all they do is get on stage because every single day, the theme park, um, they have these shows where Jul and Julia they appear on stage, doing the same old dance moves to the same old children's songs all over and over again and again. And look, that's starting to get old. They need a break from that. You know what I'm talking about, guys? I mean seriously. What they need are some new dance moves. Look, look, listen, they gotta take a break from all these children's songs. They've been singing and dancing to the same old uh children's songs, you using the same old genre, doing the same old dance moves, up and appearing on stage all over and over again and again. It's like every day. Kinderpretpark Julianatoren. They do that. All these shows. And it gets old. It's getting really old. So so anyways, in reference to the title of this video I've given out, you know, well, what they need are different music genres, you know. You know, they gotta switch it around, you know. You can't stick with the same old thing all over and over again. You gotta you gotta try something different, you know. Oh, and also, what Jul and Julia need are some new dance moves, you know. That's exactly what they need. New dance moves. I mean, think about it. And look. Listen, listen. So, if if the people working at Kinderpretpark Julianatoren can hear me out, you know, like hear my voice out, you know, well, look, listen. Um, what they're gonna need is the outside world, you know. I could take them any place I want on other than being only allowed to, other than only only have the only being allowed to to get filmed from, well, you know, other than the people working at Kinderpretpark Julianatoren allowing me to only be filmed from within the theme park, you know, with Jul and Julia. You know, that's not going to be enough room for them, you know. And look, you know, these metal gates, they're which are painted black, you know, that's from within the theme park, and that's not going to be enough room for me with Jul and Julia, you know. Uh, well, uh, well, look, like I mentioned before, what they need is the outside world. You know, I want the people working at Kinderpretpark Julianatoren to give me proper authorization and being allowed to take Jul and Julia out into the community. You know, so anyways, if they could give me proper authorization and being allowed to do that, I'd really appreciate it if they do so. And like I mentioned before as well, I could take them any place I want. For example, Sassenheim, uh, Gouda, Adem, Venlo, Volendam, any place they could think of. However, I'm the only one who decides which location we will visit, and nobody else is allowed to make the decisions for me. Because once you join my YouTube team, I'm the boss, you know. I'm your boss, and I'm the only, once again, I'm the only one who's allowed to make the decisions here. All right? No one else. No one else is allowed to do that. Only I can do that. All right? You feel me? You do? Good. All right. Now, about Jewel the mouse. Well, you know, well, technically, to be clear with you, well, he hasn't been wearing his giant sneakers with his regular outfit, you know, and 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 listen, this really breaks my heart, guys. Like, look, I really don't like seeing him walk around barefoot, you know, and I don't want to sound mean, guys, but to me that's not cute. Like, really, it's not cute at all. Wait, I got two viewers. Well, lucky me. Boy, I'm really lucky. Hmm. Wait, here comes my dad. He's gonna go in the laundry room. Oh shoot. Those two viewers disappeared on me. Hmm. Wonder what I'm gonna do. Wait, my battery must be draining a little bit. Hey, hold on. I'll try this. Let me try this. Oh shoot, wait. Oh wait, you know what? I'm still not allowed to type a large load of words. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of this booger. There we go. Oh, oh, hello, hello. Oh, hey, what do you know? Somebody said. Somebody sent me a message. Lucky me. You see, what took that person messaging me so long to write something right at me? You know. Uh, Wait, hold on. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Uh, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Come on. Wait, hold on. Let me see what's going on. Wait, hold on. I'm not allowed to type anything here. Let's see what's in here. Wait. What am I gonna do? Wait. There's nothing I can do here. Wait. Oh, hey, would you look at that? 4 more viewers. Oh, shoot. Now drop back down to 1. Alexandria Jacas 5520. Hello? Well, I don't know if she can hear me. Here, I'll turn silent mode off. Make sure she can hear me. Let me see. Hello? Hello? Huh. Wait, where'd she go? Let me try turning silent mode back on again. Hey, wait a minute. Can anybody hear me? Huh. Alexandria Jacas 5520. Hello, are you there? Hello? Are you there? Why doesn't she say something to me? Sure, what am I gonna do? Community moderation. Hold on. Live commentary is way different. Oh. Wait, where is it? Hi. Hi, Alexandria Jacas 5520. Wait, you see me? Hello? Ugh. Hold on, wait, I got another viewer here. Got another one. Hang on. See if I can get the volume working. Don't mind me, guys, but I got goosebumps here and goosebumps here and some goosebumps here. Goosebumps here. Wait, that viewer disappeared on me again. Wonder if that viewer might come back. Oh wait, there's a viewer again. Now, hold on, I don't want to do a short video in between this fourth live video of mine because that would make him sound terrible. There's nothing I can do to get rid of that little booger, but hold on, why is it set to private? Wait, there's a viewer again. There's a viewer again. Yeah, don't mind me, guys, but I am a little tired. Yeah. I'll do the best I possibly can to get my energy smooth, alive, running, and kicking again. Oh wait, there's a viewer. Wait, how am I gonna reply back? Well, I can't do any of that at the moment. Wait, what can I do? What do I do? Somebody help me here. Well, I was only reading some advice, so wait, 2 viewers again. Good for me. Alright, let me see, wait, I don't want to count down. Wait, all I have to do is press that back arrow. I thought it would end the live video on me, but no, I was wrong. What should I do? Oh wait, I can scroll up and down. Ah, good, very good. All right. If we have another viewer here who wants to participate, go ahead and do so because I got a lot of information to share with you today. It's about uh, Jul and Julia, the two cute and adorable little mice mascots of the children's theme park known as Kinderpretpark Julianatoren. Anyways, now to continue where I left off. Wait, there's Xavier again. So what I want to do is be given proper authorization from the people who work at Kinderpretpark Julianatoren, and being allowed to take Jul and Julia out into the community, instead of being filmed from within the theme park, and oh wait, hold on, I already talked about that. What where I really want to continue from, well, actually, what I meant to say was where I really left off of and want to continue on from. Well, it's about this pair of giant sneakers that Jewel the Mouse wears with his regular outfit. Well, technically, he hasn't been wearing them since the year 2020. The year that the coronavirus pandemic hit the theme park, including the rest of the country. The Netherlands, they were the first country to put themselves on lockdown. And look, guys, this is really heartbreaking. One time I was watching a YouTube video of that featured Minir Kozkov. The guy with the yellow top hat. Well, one part of the YouTube video I watched, well, he was explaining to Jul and Julia the reason why people stay home during the coronavirus pandemic. And and I bet a lot of you must have heard the reason why on this one before. I mean, well, technically, it's to help keep everyone safe. They don't want to they don't want to catch it, or become infected by it. And look, one time I've been hearing it in the news on CNN, back in the year 2020, that there's like a small percentage of people who had to be hospitalized and get ventilators inserted into their throat. Well, first of all, the people who worked there, they had to drill holes in their throats. This is what's known as tracheostomy. And trust me, guys, that's really painful. So 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 look, guys, you don't want to go through that. That's a terrible idea, a terrible mistake. You know. Um, but anyways, I still need a YouTube team, guys, because I'm not a YouTuber without a team joining me. However, you may think I'm a YouTuber in your view, but to me, I'm actually not. And the only way I can become a YouTuber is if you join me and participate with me. Together, we can um, fly KLM Airlines. So technically, only to make you believe that I'm the only one who's never toured the Netherlands before, and and if you guys wanna fly KLM Airlines with me, feel free to go ahead and do so, because I really appreciate it if you could do that for me. And well, look, I once had app the app on my home screen. Um, However, since my storage was about to overflow, I had to delete it. However, I am planning on re-downloading it, except that there is one problem I found, after going on to the app. And technically, it only limits you to a total of 9 people. However, I am wanting to do 10 or more people flying on KLM Airlines with me, and however, therefore, what I'm gonna have to do is talk to Delta Airlines and see if they'll allow me to do groups of 10 or more people joining my YouTube team. And and listen, if one of you wants to be the camera operator, feel free to go ahead and do so. And if one of you has a steady cam or a webcam, feel free to go ahead and bring that. I might need a shoulder rig cam as well. Maybe even a handheld cam. It depends on how many cameras I want. I'm also gonna need a sound man. Holding a microphone attached by a boom arm, hanging right above my head. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Give me a second. Give me a couple minutes. Oh, anyways, so about that video I was watching. Well, technically, right after Kinderpretpark Julianatoren closed their children's theme park down, and 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 be, became one of those locations to be put on a lockdown. And well, uh well, I did mention before Manir Kozkov, the guy with the yellow top hat. Well, he did explain to Jul and Julia why the coronavirus, why people stay home during the coronavirus pandemic. Well, anyways, I already explained it to you earlier on, not too long ago. However, while I was watching that video, there's one problem I've seen in several parts of that video I was watching. Well, you know, Jewel the mouse, he wasn't wearing his giant sneakers anymore, and, and technically, what I can tell you guys is that, well, he was barefoot. And seriously, I can't believe he would make such a terrible mistakes, like giving up his giant sneakers and all that. I mean, seriously, why would such a mascot want to do that? I mean, come on, you're making me look terrible. This doesn't make sense. I mean, seriously, guys, you gotta make some improvement here, and look, what this makes me want to do is get all emotional, and I'm really worried that if Kinderpretpark Julianatoren, if Kinderpretpark Julianatoren, sorry, I had to fix myself up there, um, doesn't make, anyways, let me fix myself up here once again. So, if so therefore, if Kinderpretpark Julianatoren doesn't start making improvements and bringing back those days of Joe the Mouse wearing his giant sneakers with his regular outfit again, well, guess what, guys? I'm gonna lose all hope, and I'm never gonna be happy again. And look, to to the people, um, who are currently working at Kinderpretpark Julianatoren, do me a favor and please hear my voice out. Listen, the lot of you working at that children's theme park, Well, you've gone way too far with Jewel the Mouse walking around barefoot while he's in his regular outfit. I mean, seriously, why would you want to leave Julia the Mouse, the only one, wearing her pink shoes with her regular outfit? I mean, seriously, what's the point of you people wanting to do something like this to me? Seriously, don't do this to me anymore. The lot of you, please. You're really breaking my heart. You really are breaking my heart. And I look terrible seeing Jewel the Mouse walking around barefoot. And once again, I don't want to be I don't want to sound mean here, but seeing Jewel the Mouse walking around barefoot, well, it's not cute. And and once again, I will say this to a lot of you, and a third time, since a third time's always a charm. Well, look, look, listen, Jewel the Mouse. Well, he's only cute when he's wearing his giant sneakers. All right, so listen, you gotta bring back those days of Jewel the Mouse wearing his giant sneakers with his regular outfit. Because because I really want him to be more like Julian the Mouse, and and listen, there is a lot more information I'd like to give a lot of you people working at a Kinderpretpark Julianatoren. Well, once again, I'd like you to continue hearing my voice out so this can be spread to news, to many different types of news channels across this nation and in many different countries all over this planet, this world, this earth, this mother earth. Well, if 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 every news reporter can do me a favor and hear my voice out, I'd really appreciate it if they do that. Like, for example, NBC, CNBC, MSNBC, which changed its name to MS now, Fox News, CNN, CBS News, ABC News. Um, hold on, what did I mention? Wait, did I get all of them? Uh, Technically not, but wait. BBC. I forgot to mention BBC. They're the ones who should hear my voice out as well. Wait, did I recently see 3 viewers on here? Because if so, I really want them to come inside and participate with me. Oh wait, hold on. There they are. There they are. Come inside and join me. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Come on, don't leave. Don't leave. Oh shoot, drop back down to 2. Uh, yeah, baloney. Uh, hope it doesn't drop down back down to 1 or 0 on me. Well, one time I've seen 4 viewers. Oh wait, shoot, drop back down to 1. Uh, oh shoot, now what am I gonna do? Uh, Wait, hope it doesn't drop down to 0. Wait, it's still at 1. Shoot. Oh, great. Why did you leave me? Why did you leave me? Come back, please. I need you here. Come on. Come on, write a message to me. Go on, write a message. Oh, shoot, you know what? Wait, hold on. There's that viewer. I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn on the light. There's that better. Oh, shoot, it dropped back down to 0 on me once again. wonder if everybody will be able to hear me out by now. Um, Hope Alexandria Jaka's 5520 will return. Um, I need her to send me some more messages because two is not enough. Oh shoot. Drop back down to zero again. Come on. Give me some likes, will you? I really need those reactions. Well, I hope everybody's able to listen to me. Sorry. I don't know why my throat's acting and behaving that way, but don't understand why I sound so hoarse. So wait, there's that viewer again. Hope it increases on me once again. Uh, oh, oh shoot, that viewer left out on me again. Drop back down to zero. Uh, all right. Well, I'll wait until that viewer makes its return to me, one way or another. Uh, Sorry, don't mind me. Oh wait, now it's two viewers again. Lucky me, lucky me. Well, anyways, to continue where I left off, wait, shoot, it dropped back down to zero on me once again. To continue where I left off, they give me more messages. Hold on. Wait, there's that viewer again. Here it is again. Oh shoot, drop back down to zero. Don't understand why it keeps leaving, but shouldn't be doing that. Anyways, I do have to go back to school tomorrow, but anyways, continuing where I left off is what I wanted to talk about. So, anyways, about 2020. Well, I already told you about that video I watched, and it got me all emotional. Well, one time I was on the official website of Kinderpretpark Julianatoren, and their new chatbot, which is powered by WhatsApp. Well, I recently got in touch with one of them. You know, well, anyways, you know, Jewel the mouse. Well, wait, there's that viewer. There's that viewer. Wait, already talk about that one. Oh, here's another video I watched that also featured Menir Koskov. Again, he's that one guy with the yellow top hat. Well, back in the year 2021, right after the children's theme park reopened, well, well, technically, I was expecting Jewel the mouse to see him wearing his giant sneakers, with his regular outfit again. Well, well, to me, while I was watching that video, there were several parts where I found out that he was still walking around barefoot. And once again, Julia the mouse, she's still the one left behind. She's still the only one left behind. continuing to wear her pink shoes with her regular outfit. And, and seriously, once again, guys, well, Jewel the Mouse needs to be more like Julia the Mouse, and I've said this to you guys before. So, anyways, I want let me move on from that subject and on to a different subject. Oh, good, that viewer's back. So, anyways, so like I mentioned before, Jul and Julia, once again, they're the two cute and adorable little mice mascots of the theme park. They need different music genres, like songs from the 60s, songs from the 70s, songs from the 80s, and songs from the 90s. Well, quite a bit from the 2000s, and but only one from the 2010s, because a lot of the new music, well, it's got way too much explicit language, and technically, to me, that's not appropriate in my view. So I'm not going to use those types of songs. Anyways, let me start off with some examples of 60s songs. Technically, songs from the 60s, they were performed by bands, which of which were recently inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Uh, and these consist of genres, of music genres, which are acoustic rock, acoustic jam, and classic rock, and probably even some smooth some smooth blues rock, but that's gonna have to wait until I talk about the 70s part of the music genres I want to use, but without infringing on anybody's copyright. I technically have no plans to infringe on anybody's copyright. I only plan to use them in live videos. Once I'm there in the Netherlands with Jul and Julia. Oh, wait, I forgot to mention this one location. Well, I already mentioned them leaving leaving the theme park located in Apeldoorn, and and going to locations while far away from it. Technically, I already gave you a Sassenheim, Gouda, Adem, and Venlo. Well, to me, guys, they're gonna need those four locations. However, there's another one I forgot to mention. It's Eindhoven. I plan on taking them to Eindhoven, where I plan on holding my Dancing in the Streets event, which I will talk about later. But anyways, moving on from the the 60s music genres, we now talk about 70s music genres. Well, this is gonna involve fusions of two different music genres blended together, only to sound like one. Um, but anyways, here let me give a lot of you some examples. Disco funk, jazz funk, disco jazz, disco soul, um, soul funk, soul jazz, funky R&B, probably some smooth blues. That's what Jewel and Julia are gonna need. But please, all you people working at Kinderpretpark Julianatoren, I really want to see Jewel the Mouse wearing his giant sneakers with his regular outfit, and And as long as Jul and Julia are in their regular outfits instead of their other outfits, I really appreciate it. If you could do so on that for me. And the reason why I'm telling the lot of you this, well, if you're hearing my voice out, I really want their names to show because with their other outfits, their names don't show, and that and therefore I don't want to see them wearing their other outfits. Again, I don't want to sound mean, but but here is a short list of outfits I do not want to see them appear in. Well, one of them is their pirate outfits. I do not plan on seeing them in their pirate outfits. Not their cowboy or cowgirl outfits, or and not their royal ball outfits, not their safari outfits, not their Mexico outfits, not their Thailand outfits, not their Halloween outfits, not their Christmas outfits, not their Santa Claus outfits. Or actually, wait, no, it's their Peton outfits. I don't want to see them in their Peton outfits. I definitely don't want to see them in their Peton outfits. And and also, I don't want to see them wearing anything with their regular outfits. I don't want to see them wearing any birthday hats or Santa hats or Christmas ornaments hats or wait, I forgot to mention I don't want to see them in their Thailand outfits. Or wait, did I already mention their Thailand outfits? Oh wait, here's another one I forgot to mention. I don't want to see them wearing their pilot outfits, which is either their helicopter outfits or their airplane outfits. That one I don't know. I'm I'm gonna need someone to help me figure all that out. I really, well, the only outfits. Perfect. Sorry, I had a speck of glitter stuck on me. Well, I was trying to blow it off. Well, anyways, to continue where I left off, the only outfits I want to see them wearing is their regular outfits, and most important part of them all, guys. Well, Jewel the Mouse wearing his giant sneakers with his regular outfit, and being more like Julia the Mouse. Anyways, moving on from music genres of the 70s, we now transition into the 80s. Well, so this involves music performed by people who once gained fame and popularity back in the day. They had big wigs, wait, I forgot to mention other old stuff they used to have. Well, starting with the 60s, they had vinyl records, they had phonographs, gramophones. Is it, wait, did I say phonographs or phonograms? Whatever you want to call it. There's also the gramophones. And in the 70s, they had these old rotary phones, and however, there's some other old stuff they used to have back in the day. They even had these old Memorex CDs, these old 8-track tapes, these old cassette tapes, these old VHS tapes. Let me see what else. Well, technically, there's at least half the amount of people continuing to use uh, DVDs. However, people have moved aside from that and switched to uh, movie streaming apps. But anyways, I don't want to talk about that right now, guys. I want to talk about some old school stuff. Anyways, other stuff they used to have back in the day. Well, they they also had these old brick phones, with the antenna on top. They were huge, and well, sorry, excuse my hoarse voice. Well, there's other stuff they had. Oh wait, it's those laser discs. I forgot about all those laser discs. How could I forget about the laser discs? And anyways, uh, let me give you examples of music genres used used in the 80s. Well, they involved electro dance, electro pop, synth dance, synth pop. Let me see. There's also glam rock, 80s rap and hip hop. Let me see. I already mentioned 80s pop. Different types of 80s pop. Um, there's also new wave. What else is there? Wait. New wave, new wave, new wave. Oh shoot, I'm being alerted by something. Anyways, better go ahead and move on from that. Which means transition from music genres of the 80s to music genres of the 90s. Well, once again, it'll involve the same types, like like they used before in the 80s, except this is gonna involve people in their teen years, who listen to um, boy group music and girl group music, and and therefore, well, this type of R&B they used during the 90s. Well, um, it's not the same type as the 70s type. He uses a different type of R&B, and therefore, um, there's also well, pretty much, you know, like I mentioned earlier, it's all pretty much the same thing. Moving on from that, transitioning to, well, a little bit of songs for the 2000s. Once again, it'll pretty much involve the same thing they used in the 90s. However, it sounds a lot different, like completely different. Well, technically, quite a few of these singers, well, they moved on uh, from they moved on from the old stuff and decided to come out with the idea and plan of starting solo projects. Starting their solo projects. Well, I still remember only one from a band working on a solo project. However, I don't want to tell you the name of that artist or musician. So, anyways, moving on from that one as well, we transition to this one and only song I would be allowed to use from the 2010s. Well, the late zone of that decade. Well, the title of that song is Good Morning, and it's performed by this one musician under the name Max Frost. Anyways, I only have 5 more minutes until it's time for me to end this video, so what I'm gonna do is talk about Jul and Julia. Wait, there's another thing I forgot to mention that I don't want to see Jul and Julia wearing with their regular outfits. Well, I don't want to see them wearing any flower decor stickers or green screen coverings on any parts of clothes they appear to be wearing in the views of many. Well, once again, I want them to appear wearing only their regular outfits with their names showing, alright? So anyways, before I end this video, let me give you a quick description of how I want Jul and Julia to appear. Well, starting with Jul the mouse. Well, he's this boy mouse. He appears gray in color. He wears these green overalls. He wears these overalls that are green in color. They go all the way down to both of his ankles. They're attached by two green buttons. Um, they're attached. Um, they're attached by these suspenders with green buttons on them, and then they crisscross in the back. He wears this. Plus, there is a pocket in the middle with his name appearing in yellow sewn onto the area where his chest is at. He wears this blue and white striped shirt underneath with long sleeves that go all the way down to both of his wrists. He also wears a pair of white character gloves on his hands, and on his feet. Well, which I consider to be the most important part. This one pair of giant sneakers that he wears, which are also blue and white in color, except that they have each one of them has a yellow star appearing on both the left side and the right side of both his left sneaker and his right sneaker, and appearing on top of it, well, it's a pair of white shoelaces on both of his sneakers. Now, as for Julia the mouse, well, she's this girl mouse who also appears gray in color. She wears this pink bow on her head, and this pink dress, with a little bit of white on it, and also on her hands a pair of white character gloves. Plus, her name also appearing in yellow, sewn onto the area where her tummy is at, and underneath this short pink skirt or short pink dress, a pair of white tights, and on her feet, well, a pair of pink shoes that look like a pair of pink ballet slippers, or to lengthen it a little bit, a pair of ballerina slippers. But anyways, thanks a lot, you guys, for watching this fourth video that I am recording and will be uploading onto YouTube soon. I really appreciate you doing so, participating with me. I say again, thank you very much. And